But welcome to the Anthony Spade Reactions channel, and you're now tuning into Sigma Nation Podcast. And today we will be talking about when men look at the available women out there, it makes them hopeless to being with a woman. Makes them hopeless to finding love. It's a little dark, so I'm about to put my LED light up. See if this works. Light it right. Oh man, it covers up. There we go. There we go. We got 10 people in here. We got 38 likes, but we only got 10 people in here. Oh, now we got 24 people in here. All right, everybody, come on in. Let me fix some things here. Is that what it came out? Because I got my little. Put that back in there. All right, my man Jared, 20-year addict recovery. Big shout out. 73 people in here, 59 likes. That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. We're starting to come in faster. Everyone's starting to get hip. Good morning to my man Aaron. Keandre is definitely in the building. You guys know, put some respect on that man's name. Jared, 20-year recovery is definitely in the building. Lifewell says, do you think you can make it in life without women? Plenty of people make it in life without women. Like that's not hard to do. You know what I'm saying? We're living in a world now where we are in the new world order. Like you have to learn before you even think about a woman, for real, you need to worry about yourself. Make sure you're living out the dreams. Make sure you're living how you want to live. Make sure you're driving what you want to drive. That's what time it is. Society is just saying, focus on self-happiness. The moment you focus on self-happiness first, the better everything's going to be. So in my opinion, this is Sigma Nation. We're always speaking from an introverted point of view. So most of us have already learned to cope with our own self-happiness. Conquer self-happiness first. Think about women second. And the reason why I say that, when you become the best version of yourself as a man, your attraction to women are different. You start to look at women different. Your attraction changes. Without learning women's nature, the only thing that you do is just find a woman you're attracted to and automatically say, I like her. I want to be with her. She's a good girl. You automatically tell yourself that because you're infatuated with her. But in reality, once you become the best version of yourself, you will know this is the type of woman I'm supposed to be with. This is the type of woman I date. This is my type right here. You have to understand what your type is. Because if you stop and you walk to the mall, you walk to the park, and you walk around life, everybody has a different type. You know, you have people that have piercings and tattoos. They have a certain type. Big shout out to Keandre with the $2. You guys show some love too, just like Keandre. You have to realize when you walk around in regular life, you see so many different type of couples, so many different type of marriages. You see tattooed people with the piercings, they're together. You see the corporate people, they're together. You see the regular Joes, they together. You see the fat couple, you see the skinny couple, you see the fitness couple. You start to see these different types of people and how they are together. That's what you got to get to. What's your type and what is you? Because for the most part, when you don't know who you are, you, the lost dude that listens to rap, the nerd, the confused, the emo kid, all of y'all are going to like the same woman until you figure out who you are. Some of you guys are emo and you don't know it yet. Some of you guys are nerds that's supposed to be inventing something right now, but you don't know it yet. Some of you guys are businessmen that are just a step away from being one of the greatest businessmen in the world. You just don't know that yet. You have to figure out what is it that defines you and what makes you you. And then from there, your attraction to a woman is going to change. So when you ask me, can men learn to be happy and survive without having a woman? Yes, you have to learn to do that before you start even thinking about a woman. A woman should not come number one and then let me figure myself out from there. It shouldn't be there. It should be, all right, I'm having a hard time with women. Let me go MGTOW. Let me walk away from women and let me go and chase my dream. That should be the mindset now. It shouldn't be, I haven't figured myself out, but I want to figure women out first so I can psychologically trick them into wanting me. That's technically what you guys want to learn woman nature for. So you can counteract all of her moves and then trick her into liking you. What I'm trying to say is you need to figure yourself out who you are, and the woman you're supposed to be with will magically just start putting herself in front of you, and it may not be the type of woman that you think it is now in a confused state. So you need to go through self-improvement first, then start learning women's nature. That's why that's the step that it needs to go in. You mainly come here after you've been hurt to get answers to why you've been hurt and to take protective measures so it doesn't happen to you again. But ultimately, you want to go to self-improvement first. And then after self-improvement, you start learning about women. I always say, get the car you want, bro. Work towards something, or work towards moving somewhere. Work towards an investment. Have something that you're working towards. But I know as a man, if you get yourself a car and make yourself mobile, it feels different driving down the road. It feels different when you're going places and you can up and go do it. It feels different when you're able to live a life. You have to start living a life, and then magically the woman will be there. If you're just standing still, sitting inside the house all day on the computer, all of your opportunities are shut down. There's not many people that's going to sit at home and make millions of dollars, even though they convince you of it online. They've convinced you to do this, and then when you try to attempt to repeat to get rich as something someone else has did, you fail because you're trying to carbon copy your lifestyle from someone else's. You can't do that. You got to jump out and turn your hobbies into profits. Right? Until then, you may have to work a job you don't want to work. You may have to work 3 jobs that you don't want to work. But at some point, you have to find your hobbies. Your hobbies is your character, and transition your hobbies into profit. That's ultimately where you want to get around to. I know how to trade stocks. I trade stocks for a long time. I know how to have a trucking company. I had a trucking company for a long time. I was in the military for a good bit. But I was not happy until I became a YouTuber. I didn't like trading stocks. It made good money, but the money didn't make me happy. I liked trucking for a little bit, but then after a while, it became so political that I got out of it, and it was still a headache being in it. YouTube is like the job that I'm like, yo, I really like this job. This is my overall job that I wanted to do with my life. And it took me 38 years to find it, but I had to work so many other jobs to create the money. So you have to understand, you're gonna always be doing things that you don't want to really do to make the money till you get to the point where you can make money by doing things that you love to do, which is typically gonna come from your hobbies. So as a man, self-improvement, hobbies, turn your hobbies into profit. That's ultimately where you want to get around to doing. All right? Big shout out to my man Jared, 20-year recovery addict. He says, most men won't be able to compete with a woman's options. So find your purpose and become her best option. He is absolutely right. That's why he's right, and you also have to understand this with him being right. That goes back to me telling you, when you figure yourself out, you figure out who you are, right? Then you're gonna know your type. And when you know your type, then you will know how to pull all of them, because you will know exactly what type likes you back. That's going to be extremely important, because when you're a simp, I'm not gonna lie to you, you can plead, beg, and cry. Plead, beg, and cry and worship her. You would get her if she's suffering from depression. You take a woman that's suffering from depression, she's gonna be the main one that accepts a simp, because a simp's gonna cater to her every need and make her feel like a princess at the time of her life that she is low. But the downfall about it is most simps don't know who they are, because they're putting their entire happiness into a relationship. They're putting their entire happiness inside of a woman. A simp has nothing going for himself. He thinks his overall happiness is going to be with the woman that he desires the most. But his biggest fear is going to be walking around with her afraid that she may run into her type. Those are the simp's biggest fears. It's like, I got the girl. I'm worshiping her. She's my girlfriend. All the guys want to sleep with her. Everybody likes her. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm with this girl. That's how simps think when they're with the girl that they like. But their biggest fear is hoping that, all right, when we out, I hope she don't come across the guy with the good car. I hope she don't come across the guy with the muscles. I'm hoping she don't come across the good-looking guy. I'm hoping she don't come across the guy that's doing everything better than me. You don't want to be that because he's lost. When you find yourself and you know what type of woman you like, you'll know, like, all right, the women that are attracted to me are not attracted to the guys with all the money. The women that are attracted to me isn't attracted to the guys with all the muscles. That's what you got to understand. Each woman has a type. Each man has to develop his type. That's what you got to realize. Remember I told you, I know tattoo artists in this city that get all the women that want all the tattoos and piercings, but the girls that he has, I don't want them brides. I'll be looking at them like, yo, they're mentally ill. But he'll have 3 or 4 baby mamas that are all fucked up with tattoos and piercings running through their body, and that's their world. They're perfectly okay with that. That's what you have to realize. Certain people's lifestyles are okay with them, that you can't change it. You got to figure out who you are. I know people in the race world that make a lot of money, and they just keep blowing it on car parts, But I know people that make the same amount of money. What they blow it on is jewelry. They blow it on clothes. They blow it on other things. And guess what? I know other people that make the same amount of money and they blow it on investments. They blow it on land. And I know other people that make the same amount of money and they go out of town every chance they get and blow it in other cities. So you have to understand, everybody's vision of life is going to be different, even if the finances are the same. You got to realize that. You have rich people that walk around looking poor every day, and you got broke people that walk around looking rich. Everybody is putting off a different persona and a different energy. So the attraction of a woman and your attraction from a woman is going to change from woman to woman to woman. Lifestyle to different lifestyle. You take people from Beverly Hills and you put them down into the city of Los Angeles for 3 days, they're going to lose their mind because they're not used to that type of lifestyle. They don't recognize it. They're not going to like Shaniqua with the big booty. She's going to be stupid to them. So you got to realize, once you find out who you are, your attraction to women change. There's a lot of girls right now that you're not attracted to that you will be attracted to the moment you find yourself, because she's going to be easier to deal with and you're going to be able to have more of them and you're going to understand exactly what's your league in life. You go to any college campus right now, you can see the different type of mindsets that are out. When you were in high school, you seen the different type of groups, right? That got along with each other. Well, it's the same thing in real life. You have to find your group where you fit in at, because a lot of y'all ain't going to college. A lot of y'all ain't going to high school. So you're not in a situation where you can look around and see your group. You're inside of your room. So your group is whoever agrees with the words that you're putting inside the matrix. That's where your friends are. You're like, let me disagree and see if anyone likes it. Let me say this and see if they like it. Oh, I see him in that chat room. He was cool too. I see him in that chat room. You're hand-picking thumbnails to be your crew, to define you. You've put the definition of yourself into words that others are going to say back to you, and whatever vessel you can leech onto. Without finding yourself, you're an empty vessel. Big shout outs to B Ross with the $4.99 paying tuition. Big shout outs, bro. And y'all don't stop. Y'all don't let him. Y'all pay your tuition too. But like I was saying, when you try to find a definition of self, a lot of men online, you're empty vessels. And you're just trying to find a personality to put inside of you because you're lacking experiences in life. So to you, you want the personality and the persona of someone that has already lived the real life. This is why Andrew Tate is so popular, because he's a real life superhero that guys can look up to. It's like, damn, he's raw, he's uncut. I want to be like him. This is the guy I always wanted to be. So a lot of empty vessel peoples are taking on Andrew Tate's personality, his mindset, and they're trying to live through him. You can't do that. You got to go and create who you are, because when you create who you are, you may understand Andrew Tate, but you may realize, I understand the overall picture, what he was trying to say now. He wasn't necessarily telling people to be like him. He was telling them to be them. So understand, that's the main thing that we focus on here at Sigma Nation, is helping men get out, away from the computer, and back into real life. That's what escaping the matrix is disconnecting your brain from the internet so you can think clearly. Think about it in the Matrix. That's what the red pills did. They had to get ready and focus on what they was going back in the Matrix for. And then when they left the Matrix, they had to disconnect, sit outside, and talk about what they seen in the Matrix in order to make their next move. That's what you got to be. You got to learn how to disconnect. After you disconnect, study what's going on in the Matrix. How is it affecting people's brains? And find a way to disconnect from it. All right? Hopefully I was able to answer your question. I forgot the question that we was going. Let me see. Oh, can we survive without women? All right, cool. Now we got enough people in here. 181 people in here with 140 on the like. Man, let's get the likes all the way up, and let's get the donations. We about to go in. When men look at the available women, they think that they're hopeless. Why is that? All right? For most of you guys, when I give this lecture, this is going to be a refresher. And to a lot of you guys, this is going to be new information. All right? So, one of the things that makes men feel hopeless is that women nowadays are offended by strong men. They fear strong men. That's one of the biggest things that makes men hopeless, is because a man feels like he has to weaken himself in order to keep the woman around him. In other words, men have to always look at women as victims, no matter what. Even if she's been through something or not, you have to always treat that woman as if she's a victim. So now women are getting a treatment from women who have suffered, but the women that's getting the treatment haven't suffered through anything, so they get to be rewarded. That's what's happening. Women are offended by strong men, so strong men have to be weak in order to have a woman. Anything that looks strong is looking misogynist. Women view misogynist as rebellious. They view misogynist as like the devil. It's like, he's a bad man. If he's like this and he has any type of disagreements with me, he's just a bad man. This is one of the reasons why men become so hopeless, because it puts you in a position to never be a leader. And if you can never be a leader to a woman, that woman will never respect you. One of the main things, as she fears a strong man, she also loses respect for men. And women are at the point now where they don't respect men to be men. They want men to be superheroes that they cannot compete with. That's what they want. They want you to be an overly superhuman man in order for them to respect you. Next, one of the biggest things that you guys know is going to be feminism. All right? Feminism is probably the biggest brainwash. And the reason why it's the biggest brainwash and the reason why it's the biggest hiccup is because it's the biggest delusion. You have to realize it's the biggest delusion. Women are good actors. They know how to put a smile on their face. They know how to pretend to be happy. It's kind of like when you're growing up, especially if you was a single, like you grew up in a single mother household, then you're gonna know you've always seen your mother scream at you like, bah, 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 sit down, shut up, don't say nothing. Then turn around like, hi, how's everybody doing? You know, like you've seen your mom go through so many different mood swings, from yelling at you to switching to automatically having a happy face, like nothing has been going on. Okay, this is what women have mastered with feminism. They've mastered covering up the pain that they're really going through. Women don't want to work 90 hours a week, 70 hours a week, on the weekends. They don't want to do all that. But society has told them, hey, you must convince all the other girls that you're doing it. Because technically, women are competing with other girls, no matter what they say. If they're not, the woman that's not competing with nobody is not going to wear makeup. She's not going to be trying her hardest to look pretty. The girls that are competing are going to have on the makeup. They're going to have the clothes. They're going to try to look sexy. They're going to have the booty popping out. They're going to have the titties popping out. Women are always competing with other women. It's just that the air of women energy is feminism. So now women look at other women from a feminist point of view. They're looking at her like, is she strong? Is she weak? We're only judged by how much control she has over her man. That's what you have to realize. If a woman can come around other girls and her man looks like he does nothing but listens to his woman, then she's one out of all her girls. This is what women talk about when they by themselves that are in relationship. They talk about how much control they have over their husband or how much control they have over their boyfriend. So for women now, for them to come around with a little Steve Urkel that does everything they want to do, and he walks and he treats her like a little pet, okay, that's an accomplishment to a woman now. That's the era they on. Bringing around a strong man who got the money and who can provide for her, it only makes her look weak, like she has settled into being the submissive one. That's the problem that women are facing. It's not even cool as a woman to walk around with a husband that loves you. Other girls are going to tell her that she's weak. Other girls are going to tell her she's a pick-me chick. That's the sad part when the common good relationship is looked at as somebody's losing. That's what it is. A woman submitting to her husband looks like a loser amongst other girls now. And guys that submit to their woman have always looked like a sucker. You got to realize that ain't nothing that's changed with men. Men have always looked at it like, listen, that nigga a sucker. She don't love that nigga. Like, guys been saying that forever. She don't love him. She don't love him. We've always said that kind of stuff. She don't love him. I know it is not raining. Hold on. Can y'all hear that rain? That's one of the biggest problems that feminism has done to women. It has truly told them, if you are in a happy relationship, it looks like it's passing. It looks like it's passing. Y'all can hear the rain? All right, they can hear the rain. They said they can hear the rain. Damn. Find me a underpass or something. Or just turn the car on. Or, where's my headphones at? All right. Can y'all still hear it? It's loud too. Damn. Oh, they say they can still hear me. All right. Shout outs to Keandre on the donation. But, like I was saying, that's the worst thing that happens to women, is that they've been convinced being happy in a relationship is a bad thing. This is why you can't have a woman who wants to be in a good relationship but still want to have homegirls, because she's going to keep the relationship rocky. Your woman has to be able to say, I'm walking away from those girls and I just want to be in a relationship. Because if you in a relationship and everybody knows your business, she has to always be proven to other girls, I'm not the weaker one in the relationship. So they get these simps. So these simps go and buy them stuff. They turn into servants, and they more looking at the other girls like, look, I got me a servant who's gonna buy me what I want, do what I want. Girl, I'm winning. You know why? Because I can go mess with another dude if I want to, and this lame nigga right here is going to forgive me for it. That's the goal. The respect has been gone. It's been more into, let's see how much shit you can get away with dogging a man out. They're in competition to treat men bad, to brag to each other about it. That's what feminism has done. It's made women competitive at dogging men out. And the guys out there that know the game of what women are doing, those are the ones that the girls are going to be really giving the kitty cat to. Why? Because that's the type of guy she wants to submit to, but she can't submit to that guy in real life that she's fucking because she's going to look bad to her friends. She can submit to the simp because the simp tells other girls she's in full control. She can go have another dude. He'll still take her back. She'll never be lonely. That's what they're looking at it as. If a woman can get her a simp to do everything, but she can also get her somebody to knock the sheets down, okay, once other girls see that she has these type of dudes, she's one amongst the women. That's what you have to understand, where the psyche is at. That's how girls are competing with each other. Let's see who can get a simp and a good fuck buddy. Let's see who can get a rich simp and a good fuck buddy. You notice even a lot of guys that have money are getting played by girls that are fucking just regular dudes on the side. That's what feminism has done. It has told them, take the mind of the worst type of guy and become that, because that's the mind that they remember after they got played. The woman becomes the guy that played her. That's what's happening here. If they have to decide what type of person they're going to be, they're going to think, what type of guy got the best of me? That's the type of guy I'm going to pretend to be. Simple as that. She's going to act like him. She's going to walk like him because that's the only type of guy that she knows. So feminism has told women it is completely okay to do the same thing as a man, act like a man. But it hasn't told them how to manage both sides. That's what women are slipping and sliding in at. It's because you have your feminine side, but your feminine side is for show. That's the mask. That's what she's going to show everybody. She's going to show everybody this strong girl that has control over men and nobody can stop her because she a boss bitch and now she fits all the word of Nicki Minaj. But behind the scenes, when she ain't around that girl, she on her knees like, Lord, please send me an alpha male who's high value that can take me away from these hoes and we can just go somewhere and live in a big mansion. That's what she's praying for. She's praying that there's some superhero dude that's so good that's gonna come out and remove her with riches. He's gonna look good. He's gonna have all the money. He's gonna be alpha, and she'll never have to show off in front of those girls again because she's gonna have the trophy. And the sad part about it is they stay inside of that fairy tale until they really hit the wall and nobody wants them. That's the sad part. They're actually able to live inside of that fantasy for a longer period of time. So understand that feminism has done so much harm to women that they don't know how to correct it. And the reason why they don't know how to correct it is because feminism backdoored a whole bunch of other stuff. It backdoored the Me Too movement. It backdoored women empowerment. It backdoored thoughts. It backdoored OnlyFans. It backdoored Instagram models. It backdoored all this other stuff that has came from it. that women can't give it up. Women are not going to give up OnlyFans. They're not going to give up the victim phase. They're not going to give up the woman's rights. They're not going to go backwards because it's too empowering for them to back out. It's empowering for them to do what they're doing now. They gain power way more than men just by backdooring everything off the feminist movement. That's what you have to realize. That's why it isn't that feminism told men and women to face each other. Nah, that ain't it. It told y'all you could do whatever the fuck it is you want to do. Degrade yourself and then play victim. You could pretty much get away with anything in the world now. And when it's all said and done, if a man don't want you because you did all that, he's a misogynist. So you supposed to be, that feminism got women thinking, you can fuck, put it on TV, degrade yourself, talk like a dude, act like a dude, screw your entire life up, and if a man don't want you, he is a misogynist. And if he tells you why he don't want you, then he's a fucking creep. That's the sad part about life, and that's the sad part about feminism, and that's one of the angles that men look at, and they be like, bro, I don't even want to deal with these women. How do you go on a date? Women are going on dates hoping that this could be a guy that they be with, but they spend the entire time being combative and disagreeing with him. They don't even know how to be women anymore. But whatever man doesn't understand them, right, is misogynist, dumb, stupid. This is the reason what's wrong with women. Think about what the fuck you're doing. They haven't stopped and been accountable for any of their present action. Feminism is one of the biggest things. And the sad part about it is, like I said, it's so much other stuff that's been backdoored through feminism that empowered women in other ways. Women can't go backwards. All right? Next thing. Women want more than what they're willing to give. All right? What do I mean? They want high-value men. Men got to have money. Men got to do this. Men got to do this. Men got to do this. And they just feel, I just got to give them sex. That's where they're at. To them, they don't feel like they got to cook, clean, or even play the better half. To them, it's like, no, you're supposed to have me well taken care of, and all I'm supposed to do is bend over. And then I'll go work my job. I'm going to go work my job. My money is my money, but you need to be making more money than me in order for me to respect you. And you got to be the superhero dude. And then you got to pay the bills. And then you got to take care of the kids. And then you got to do this. The only thing I'm supposed to be doing is being an independent woman while in a relationship and giving you sex. That's it. All the other stuff you're supposed to do. That's where women are at. They want a high-value man so they can continue to go to work and they can have nannies and maids take care of everything. So they want the guy to pay for that. You pay for the nannies. You pay for the maids. I'm going to go to work today, and when I come home, you may get sex. That's where women are at right now. That's what they're thinking is supposed to happen. They're not willing to give that much in a relationship. Why? Because they're holding on to another woman's pain. Remember, women connect to each other through emotions. That's how feminism spread so fast. All it has to do is just keep showing pictures of women being victimized, keep bringing up stories of women being victimized, and it keeps women inside of a victimized mindset. It's kind of like how society keeps showing black people that you were slaves, and then blacks keep having this slave-like mindset. They keep blaming white people for slavery. Okay, the same brainwashing is happening with women. If you stop and look at the Lifetime channel, they're always showing stories of a guy beat his husband, guy shot and killed his wife, guy did this. When a man does something to a woman, it goes on the news and it goes 10 times more viral than what happens when a woman does something to a man. So they keep the psychological victimizing by constantly bringing stories up to keep them victimizing so they never get over. So you'll notice the news will say quickly, husband shoots wife, or boyfriend beats up this, and guy does that. But when a woman does a crime against a man, you got to go dig for it. So you have to understand that they keeping them inside that victim mindset through the television and through the news that they think this is what's happening in the whole world every single day. But when people stop and they walk around in life, you don't see a lot of this happening. It just feels like it because it's online. When a woman spends most of her time online, right, then this is the majority of the things that she's going to see, which is going to keep the victim mindset inside of her brain. That's what's happening. Go ahead and get those donations up and those likes up. We got 219 in here with 273 with only 219. Go ahead and get those likes up. But definitely show me some respect on the donations. Next, even the most ugly and average looking woman wants a top-notch guy. That's the biggest delusion. Self-delusion has been the biggest change to women. And the reason why self-delusion is there is because she's only addicted to the words. She's only addicted to what she thinks a princess is hearing. That's what it is. That's where the Instagrams came in. That's where the TikToks have came in. That's where the Facebooks have came in. That's where liberation have came in. But you want to understand the biggest downfall of all of that is upper parenting allowing it to happen. All right? That's what you got to realize. When you have average women that are suffering from insecurity, they start to become delusional because it's like they feel so worthless that they need something to make them feel so great. So you have the most depressed, delusional women. They're online 24 hours, 7 days a week. Every little thing that happens in their life, they're going to take a photo, they're going to comment on it, they're going to always be online because they need that gratification. So as long as they're online and people are showing them attention, then there's going to be people that tell them what they want to hear. Hey, you're pretty, girl. Hi, how you doing today? How you doing this? Hey, what's going on with this? You okay? Damn, that girl look good. She posts a little photo. Damn, you look good. It just helps her feel wanted because she's suffering from so much delusion. She's suffering from so much pain and unacceptance that she needs just a little bit of something to make her feel good. That's why when you guys come across these ugly, average women with the mindset of a supermodel, that's the one you really want to leave alone. That's the one that's going to fight in the mall. That's the one that's going to put you through hell. That's the one that's going to keep up drama because she's already hurting inside. But a lot of guys look at these average women, right? And they say to themselves, this is my type. They say, I'm not that good looking. She's not that good looking. I'm going to try to get with her because I think that this is more of my type. Both of us is ugly people. It got to work. And he gets rejected. That's what's happening in today's world. Men wake up. A lot of you guys, you're going to wake up, and when you realize what your type is and you realize who you are, you're going to realize, you know what? Although I want a supermodel, I think this average girl is for me. That's what men are going to start to do. But women never come to that conclusion. The only thing that they do, instead of realizing what their real value is, they still have to stick to the script and find a weak-ass nigga so she never looks like she's the one that submitted. The average women are the main ones that need to submit, but they're the main ones that's playing the game like, you gotta work hard for me. You gotta do this for me. It's the average ugly women that's putting up the biggest fight to impress the other girls to say, look, I got me a simp and I got a side dude. That's what makes the game so bad. You know guys is simping when the fat, sloppy, ugly chicks are playing niggas on TikTok, playing niggas on World Star, and they sitting there begging for her. It's like, bro, she's fat with like 4 kids by 8 different dudes. Like, what's really good here? But he's placed her on a pedestal, and those are the main girls that's trying to show out in front of feminism, when they're the main ones that need to be submitting, because average guys know I need to be with an average woman after a while. That's where the game's messed up. It used to be a time where a nigga could fall back onto a fat chick, get himself a nice relationship, fall down off that pedestal. They literally, most women now are not coming off the pedestal till they're like 40, 45. That's when they're coming off the pedestal because she's gonna have less men gassing her up. These young girls, they gonna wake up to hundreds of guys. But the older she get, the worse the quality is going to be, and the less of that's going to come in, and then she'll start to listen. You'll notice most of the women that's going to agree with this type of content are going to be middle-aged women. All the younger girls that are agreeing with it, typically trying to start a YouTube channel. They're going to say a couple of nice things to get you to go along with them. You know what I'm saying? Then they're going to start asking for money. But most of the women that you're going to see inside the comments are going to be middle-aged women. All right, let's see here. The next one is going to be, this is a big one right here. Disagreeing with them is a turnoff. That's the biggest thing right now. Disagreeing with them is a turn off to them. You get in these debates with women and you don't disagree with them, they gonna turn you into the devil real fast. You get to disagreeing with them, they gonna turn you into a misogynist pig real fast. We're at the point of life where you can't really have a normal conversation with a woman because everything that she does, her reasoning for doing it is because of what a man has did. So now women feel like, no, men, you've been bad for a long time. Feminism has told us you created these laws, you did this, you did that, women weren't allowed to vote, women went through this, his husband beat her up, they went through that. So now with feminism air, women are like, no, you have to agree with everything that I say. If not, you are the worst guy in the world. And that's one of the biggest things that really hurting the connection between man and woman is because a man has to be a little disagreeable because everyone has to have their own vision where they want to see life. It cannot be one-sided. Women has turned this into a one-sided game, which is why all the guys that are kings that are supposed to be connecting with queens are supposed to be building stronger bonds to build up stronger families, to build up stronger wealth, that it leaves women in a position to say, all right, I'm just gonna date the weaker guy that goes along with everything that I say because that's what society says a guy is supposed to do. But all you're doing is just weakening your offspring, you're weakening your generation, and you're going backwards in life. See, when a man is unable to compete in life because his woman has him by the balls into thinking everything she says is right, it's going to stagnate his growth as a person. I see plenty of guys that get in relationships in their 20s and they start building up families following their wife around, and their whole life is dedicated to their wife's dreams. Like you got to go work so many jobs, you don't even get to enjoy your children because your wife just wanted kids immediately. She wanted you to live out her motherfucking dream, and now you'll be a middle-aged man driving around in a piece of shit car with a whole bunch of fucking kids you got to take care of, and if times get hard, she'll leave you and divorce you, and then you'll have absolutely nothing. So you have to understand, not disagreeing with a woman is setting men up to just fail off rip. And the reason why guys are failing off rip by not disagreeing with a woman is because you never have time to actually give her the reality. You never have time for her to stop and think, all right, maybe what he said is true. That's what you guys got to get used to doing. You got to get used to saying, hey, this is the truth right here, and then go into silent mode and give her enough time to stop and think about what's happening, what's been going on here, all right? So, disagreeing with her is a turnoff to her, but she needs somebody to disagree with her to keep her out of la-la land. As long as she's in la-la land, men are gonna be turned off and society's gonna go backwards. All right, the next one, their attention spans are too short. See, now when you argue with women, if you prove them wrong, they switch the subject up immediately, fast. They switch it up immediately and they switch it up fast. Yeah, shots fired. What do you mean shots fired? And they switch up the subjects really, really, really fast. Their attention spans are too short because they're flickering. When a man sits down with his woman, he wants to have intellect conversation. It's hard to sit down and have intellect conversations because all of their stories turn around to me. It turns around to a me situation. It turns around to what she thinks situation, to what she feels. Which most of the time what she feels ain't really nothing that's going on. She's not really even feeling anything. She doesn't know what's going on in the world. She's going to go off of what everyone is doing on the internet. That's where the women attention spans are. If it ain't on the internet, then it's not real. If it's not trending, then it's not real. The hardest part is having intellect conversation with women to pull them away from the matrix to talk about what's going on in the matrix. Right? That's what women are having a hard part, is because when you jump outside the matrix and you start talking about agendas like, hey, I think the government is trying to do this, the agenda seems like this is happening. She'll be like, what do you mean agendas? This is women's rights. She's going to turn everything back around to women's rights. She's going to turn everything back onto feminism, that you as a man, when you sit outside and you try to talk to her about modern day life, she's not going to understand it. She's just going to have to flip it back into some type of feminist answer to shut you up. Why? Attention spans are short. She's following emotion, the different emotions that's existing in her phone. 1 minute is a comedy video. The next video is a feminist video. The next video is something dealing with hair. The next video is a TikTok trend. The next video is this. She's going to go through all these different moves in a half hour. But as a man, when you're in a relationship, you're thinking you, your woman, and survival. So when men are in relationships with women, they spend less time on the internet and they spend more time focusing on the relationship elevating. Even a simp, well, simp is always thinking about that, but a man that becomes serious in a relationship, that's the main thing that happens. Most guys are on the internet because they don't have a girl. So they're on the internet bouncing back and forth, entertaining themselves and in and out of online dating apps. That's pretty much what guys are doing. Online dating apps, and then you're coming on Instagram and TikTok to entertain yourself. But when a man's in a relationship, a lot of that focus on online apps go away. A lot of these TikTok videos go away. He be focusing on his woman and how you're going to elevate the relationship. It's not like that with a woman. With a woman, she's just expecting to maintain doing what she wants to do. And she feels like this: I'm a necessity in your life. So I don't need to change anything. You need to change everything for me. So now guys, even when they're in a relationship, you have to deal with her husband, which is Instagram. See, you can't disconnect her from her husband. You take her away from her husband, Instagram, she's not going to know what to do, because her Instagram husband gives her more gratification than a regular guy can do face to face. That's the problem that men are having, is that you're not you're not you're not complicated like she is. When men are in relationships, their brains are more settled. But women have a hard time settling. They have to be taught how to do that. So women attention spans are so short now that they don't even have time to sit down and communicate with a man just so both of them get on the same track. It's more like, all right, I'm going this way, you tag along. The only way I change where I'm going is if you're rich and you could portray a lifestyle that I could take 1,000 photos and put it on Instagram and make other women look like they're doing nothing with their life. That's what they're ultimately doing, is living for the gram. You see the couple online that just seems to be taking a lot of photos and posting it and making their relationship look happy. Watch how fast that relationship ends. Watch how fast the drama comes in. They start off with these lovey-dovey relationships, and then here come the sad, depressed quotes. Oh, I don't need nobody. When somebody finds somebody, you gotta know that it's real. When you know somebody real, just leave them alone. You start seeing all these type of quotes come from their channel after a week of showing that they in love with people, because they're living for the ground. They're living a Broadway life. They have to live it out the same way the reality movies and the reality shows are living it out. That's the downfall about women. They are actually trapped inside of a reality show thinking that someone else cares. And when people don't care, they go through the most to try to show them that they do care. All right, next. They won't commit. Women are not committing nowadays. Women are willing to be in open relationships, believe it or not. That's one of the things that's drawing people back. Is because it's kind of like, are you a fuck buddy or are we together? That's the relationship guys are in. It's kind of like, why would I get with her when she's still gonna act like she's single? That's what women are doing. They're getting in relationships and they're still acting single. I see more relationships where girls walking around with tank tops on, they titties out, with a face full of makeup with some guy they supposed to be dating, and it'll be cold outside. He'll have on a jacket, she'll have on a fucking halter top with a whole bunch of makeup on. Guys are walking around with their girlfriends looking like they're getting ready to go to a stripper pole. They're walking around with them girlfriends look like she's getting ready to go on girls' night out with her friends, and you're there walking around with a hoodie on with her. But she looked like she dressed to impress. That's what's going on. These women are constantly living life like they trying to write a book after, but they live it like they're always searching for a better guy. You have so many guys that are in relationships. When you see them out now, they girl look like she's still looking for a husband, or she's still looking for a man, like she's still trying to attract everybody because she's doing too much. Men have women now that are sleazy, and now women want to maintain being sleazy, and guys are kind of like, man, come on. Hey, listen here, man. Why? We ain't trying to do that. We the fucking, you my side hoe, but when it comes to being my woman, I want you to be something at least more conservative. But women ain't on it. They're not on that time no more. They got to dress how they feel. So if they feel unpretty, the reason why they feel unpretty is not because you keep telling them that they pretty. It's just that she still wants a certain guy to tell her that she's pretty. That's what's wrong with women. They have an imaginary guy that they're waiting to give them compliments, to give them, waiting to give them compliments so they can gain confidence, even when they are in a relationship. Guys are sick of being in relationships with women, and the girls still want to walk around like they're advertising themselves for everyone else. When it's all said and done, the women aren't really worth anything because they spend more time wanting to hear themselves talk, less about what a man has to say, less they want to build. They're just pretty much looking for a sex partner with a lot of money. That's what's going on when it's all said and done. They're going down the same road as celebrities. Open marriages, group sex, parties all the time. Every time niggas start getting money, the first thing they start doing is having parties. Then after the parties, here come the sex stuff. It's the same cycle over and over again. It's just that average women are caught inside of a loop that they can't get out of. And that's really trying to live a Broadway life. They're trying to live their life like celebrities. All right, and that's the end of the lecture. I'll go ahead and take some questions right now. Make sure you put a Q in front of it. Let's get some donations up, or let's get some likes up. Definitely show me some love on the motherfucking donations, man. Y'all got to start showing me some love. But go ahead and get your questions in. Here. Keandre came in with the 20 bucks. He says, this some fire. Big shout outs, bro. Really appreciate it, my man. Keandre always showing love. Y'all got to start competing with him. Y'all get y'all questions up. I wonder how far behind they are. That's it. Nobody has any questions? All right. Aaron M. He says, can you do a video on different ways of making money? I'm currently a college student. I feel after graduate college, it won't be enough. So advice you can give me on how to make money. Different way. I would probably say learn to invest now. You're going to get a spike at the end of the summer, and you can make some good money at the end of the summer going into holiday season in the stock market. That'll be the first thing that I'm going to say. Start paying attention to the stock market at the end of the summer whenever you're going into retail season, then you can make a lot of money there with the stock market. Another thing that I would say is probably digital marketing online is starting to become very popular. That's something you want to look into. Another one would probably be a YouTube channel, bro, where you don't show your face, put a couple of videos together, have a certain subject, and talk about the same thing. Most of the money right now is going to be in media. Stock market is at different times of the year, different times that the stock market is going to be available. But right now, that's what I would do. But you gotta realize there's millions of choices out there. Just type it in and you can go online. There's people that got a list of 30 ways to make money online, and guys that are in college. So Google that onto YouTube, and YouTube's gonna give you 1,000 answers. Design and art, he says, lecture was deep today. Show him some love. Big shout out to my man Design and Art. He's always showing love. Cockroach King Kong with the $2. Really appreciate it, my man. Design and Art's one of those. Oh, Chad David. He says big salute and big shout outs, man. Really appreciate that. Chad David in again with a donation. All right, let's see it. Dave the Trucker. He says, so date only if you want to be used. No, you don't date if you want to be used. If you go into a situation thinking that you are going to get used, then you're already looking down on yourself. You just got to be cautious. What we talk about on these channels are just red flags. We're just giving you clues. We're just giving you warning signs. Everybody's reality is different. I'm in Pittsburgh right now. Next week, I'm going to be in Miami. You guys are going to be getting a bunch of Miami videos, but I got to go down there for family stuff. So I know there's a lot of Miami and Floridians that watch my channel. When I get to Miami, don't be hitting me up to hang out. I literally got to go handle a whole bunch of family stuff down there. So I'm going to be down there on family time. This is not a vacation. This is family time that I have to go take care of some stuff with. So each environment is different. Your attraction to women is different. The girls that are attracted to you is different. You don't date until you know what type of girl is attracted to you. So you will know where you're going to go in the relationship. That's the main thing that we teach over here in Sigma Nation, is not to be afraid of women, but know what's your type. And if she's not your type, where does she benefit you? See, there are certain girls that may help you build a business, but they're not your type that you want to be with. Some guys have businesses and the woman's a secretary, but they never messed with her before, or their lawyer's a female that they never talked to before. Samuel Micey says $20. He says, love the content, keep it up. Big shout outs, bro. That's the Cash App, man. What's this? Matthew Newland. Yeah, the name's not long. Thanks for the $10, bro. Really appreciate it, my man. It's like they cut half your name off. Matt Newland, I think that's what it is. Big shout outs, bro. Really appreciate the sticker and the Cash App, man, as well. Okay, yeah, but when it comes back to dating, you just got to know your type. Like, if I go around a Barbie doll chick with the nice titties, nice legs, looking smooth, to me, she's attractive, but I'm not attracted to her. You feel what I'm saying? She's attractive, but I'm not attracted to her. My woman is Muslim, scarf, head to toe. All you see is her face. I'm attracted to those type of women. So when I see the Barbie doll girl, she means nothing to me, because that was my 20-year-old attraction. That was my 19-year-old attraction. The big booties, the big titties, the smooth skin. When the pheromone going off, you don't know why. You don't know why you're attracted to her. You just know you want to fuck her. I went through that phase. Every man's going to go through that phase. But when you get older, your type changes. That Barbie doll is just attractive, but she ain't nothing that you're attracted to. You got to find the type that you are attracted to, and then you pursue from there. Too many guys, you're trying to attract your sexual partner. You want a sexual partner. You don't want a life partner. You're trying to attract a sexual partner. So you're going to always date the wrong woman. You're going to always get played because you're following your pheromones. You're seeing her, you're smelling her. You're like a dog. A dog risk getting hit by a car to get to some pussy. That's what it's like when a man don't know himself. He sees her, he's attracted, booty, titties. Damn, she look easy. I want to fuck her. Damn, I like her. You're doing all your actions based off of infatuation. Normal. Every guy's gonna go through it. Every guy must learn how to break it. Once you learn how to break that desire for slutty women, and you start to be more attracted to submissive women, women that look more submissive, then things change. That's how I am now. If a woman ain't got a scarf on or Muslim, chances are I don't even want to go near her, bro. Like, that's just where I'm at with it. You got to get to that level. That's what we mean when it's come down to figuring yourself out and knowing what your type is the most important thing. Marlo says, can you do a live with men and women with eye contact? Do a live with men and women with eye contact. Man, what are you talking about, bro? Here we go. Here we go. All right, Marlo again. Can you do a live with eye contact? What do you mean do a live with women and men in eye contact? I don't know what you're talking about, bro. All right. He says, Xavier, how do you break that mindset? What mindset, bro? Are you talking about... Xavier, ask that question again. Because I want to know exactly which pinpoint that you were trying to make. Yeah, another question up here. All right, here we go. L-Tube, he says, Aunt, is your lady woke like you, or as she knows what's up with the Matrix? Yes, my woman doesn't have a social media because of the brainwashing on social media. She just doesn't do it. And another thing about my woman is she has a how can I say, a very dominant father. Her father is extremely woke. So I got a good girl that knows what's going on the internet. I know that, but I'm letting you know it's from her father. Her father is no joke. This was not an easy get for me, all right? It was not. Her father is probably more woke than me because he speaks way more different languages than me. He's way more successful than me. So my woman don't have social media at all. She browses every now and then, but she's not addicted to it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but she doesn't have a face up. She doesn't even log in. You know what I mean? She doesn't even log in or anything. So to her, it's fun and games when she's just watching the news, but it's nothing serious. Keandre back with another one. He says, psychology of women who will leave you for a simpy weak dude, but then want to come back to you on that night. I think I know just what's your opinion. When you're dealing with a woman that would leave you for a simp dude, it is a woman that feels like she's not good enough for you, but she still needs to be with a man that she can control. So in other words, women get their confidence by being with weaker dudes, but stronger men, they're scared to give their heart to. So let's say you're dealing with a girl, she leaves you for a weaker dude. It's only because she's trying to beat you to the punchline of you going to a better woman. If you're dealing with a girl and she's looking up to you and you're the superior one, you're doing better than her, you have more money than her, your lifestyle's better than her, pretty much you're on a different playing field than her, and she just ups and leaves you and goes to a simpy dude, it's because she fears that you were getting ready to go to another woman because you probably got around her and told her some plans that she don't think she can accomplish. If you get around a woman, right? Ray Allen, I'm going to be with you in like 2 seconds. If you get around with a woman and a woman sees your accomplishments and she thinks you're smart and she thinks that you have a lot going on, but she feels like she hasn't accomplished enough or that you deserve better than what she is, she fears that one day you're going to get tired of her. So she'll run and grab a simp dude to pull confidence in, and then she'll come back to you for sex. But she don't want all of you because she don't want to get hurt in the future. So she'll rather keep a simpy dude around that she can control. In other words, she's a girl that settled for being the type of girl that she is, but she knows that you're a guy that's not going to allow her to stay in simp mode. That's what's happening. These are good side chicks. So when it comes to women like that, don't worry about them too much because they're pretty much stuck saying, all right, I'm this bottom chick. I'm gonna stay like this. I'm gonna stay around simps. When they choose simps over the value, they don't plan on changing at all, but they'll still fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Ray Allen says, how do you break, big shout out to Ray Allen with the $5. He says, how do you break up without the scarring? Can I still hit? Blessing. How do you break up without the scarring? Can I still hit? So you want to break up with a girl, but you still want to be able to fuck her. You don't want to do that. Why break up with her? If you still want to sleep with her, just keep playing with her, or let her down slow and see how she likes with other women. But for the most part, I'm going to be honest with you. There's no way to not let go of somebody without scarring. If she's into you, it's going to hurt regardless. Even if she fakes like she's okay with it, it's going to hurt someone. You can't trick someone into being let down easy. I always told you, you want a woman to not like you so you can let her go? Start sweating her. Start giving her compliments. Start acting like you want to be around her 24 hours, 7 days a week. Start acting like you love her. Call her after 2 hours. Babe, I just letting you know that I miss you. Run her brain up to where she's like, oh my God, this is a fucking turnoff. He's doing all of this, because most women attach to the guy that's not doing that. So if you're going to break up with a woman, break up with her, bro. But don't look back. You can't look back. I'm letting you know the biggest downfall of a man is looking back after you have broken up with a woman. Do not look back, bro. You're setting yourself back. If you break up with a woman, that means you need other intentions of moving forward. Go through the sacrifice of not having sex. You cannot just keep that girl on your roster because you need sex. In between relationships, it needs to be semen retention. You need to correct yourself, making sure you're going in the next situation stronger, even if you're the dude that did the breaking up. You still got to go into the next situation. He says, can you answer me, dude? Where's your question at, bro? Listen, don't keep sending no motherfucking message talking about can I answer you. You want to get my attention real fast? Fucking donate. Don't play with me, bro. Everybody knows that. If I haven't answered your question, the best way to do it is to fucking send it. Send that shit in a fucking donation. Now you got me going back looking at your damn question, and the shit just keeps fading away. You do it again, you get blocked, throwing up all these motherfucking question signs. And I'm sitting here trying to talk and answer somebody else's question. Let's see. All right, I'm going to answer Michael Robinson's. What is the best woman for a guy who is a lifelong learner and intelligent guy? The best woman for you is a woman that wants to be led. That's the problem. When you're an intelligent guy and you're filled with wisdom, you really ain't got time for people to be around you that are not as woke as you, trying to tell you what to do. So in a lot of cases, what smart men have to do really is dumb down your intelligence to get the woman, but you don't want to dumb down your intelligence. The more intelligent you are, the less women you're going to have, because you're gonna place standards on yourself as to what you want to do. So to do that, you need a woman that's ready to be led. You need a nice, quiet woman that's ready to be led, that's making you the leader. A smart man can turn a woman that's willing to listen into a thoroughbred. You can definitely do that. Smart guys can build up a smart woman, but you got to take the woman that's already into you. It can't be no pickup game. And the reason for that is because a lot of guys, they get to a certain level of intelligence, right? And your intelligence overexert itself onto a woman. When you get around women who's probably been around basic dudes, and then you start throwing around big words, and you start throwing around a lot of lingo, you could scare her off, because she's going to think that she's not smart enough to keep up with you, and you're going to make her feel dumb every time that you're with her. A lot of women would feel that way. Whenever you're dating them, they're going to think like, dude, this dude's too smart. I don't even understand half the shit he's saying. There's no connection there. I'm out. So you need to find a woman that's seeking the knowledge, that's seeking to learn, that's seeking to do these things, that's going to see your knowledge. You can't go out with regular women and start talking, because you're your intellect is going to turn them off. And it isn't because they can keep up. It's just that they think that you're gonna be talking about things they can't relate to. You never see like doctors dating hood rats. You feel what I'm saying? Like you see doctors 9 times out of 10, they date really submissive women that are willing to sit back and listen. That's going to be the hard part in modern day society because believe it or not, most of these girls are acting like a know-it-all. But when they come across a guy that's really smart, that know-it-all shit, they'll get away from you. They need to be around dumb dudes. You gotta realize, women are programmed to be around dumb dudes and simpy dudes that can't control themselves. That's where their power is at. So when it comes to finding a woman for a loner, intelligent guy, get on the road, bro. It's time for you to start taking trips. It's time for you to start being more mobile with your life. And the woman you're supposed to be with, you may meet her on a vacation. You may meet her on an espionage. You may meet her traveling the world because smart women do the same shit. They get out and do shit. Ray Allen says, it's crazy. I smother 304s naturally. It's tough because mad other dudes smashing. Shit, man. Listen, this is how it is, man. When I was in Miami, bro, everybody was fucking the same bitches and bitches was fucking with the same niggas. If ain't nobody taking it personal and emotions ain't getting involved, fuck it, do it. You don't know how many dudes she slept with. She don't know how many girls you slept with. All I can say is protect yourself. But if you smashing 304s and other dudes are, just protect yourself. But don't take none of it personal. The only time it hurts with these type of women is when they're 304 and guys are trying to convert them into wives. But when it comes to a 304, they're just there for you to release some steam, have fun, and get them the fuck on up out of there. And save all your emotion for later down the road. As a man, in my opinion, you shouldn't start looking for a relationship until you're like 35, 40. For real, for real. Everything up into there, just bypass it. You know what I'm saying? Bypass it to get to where you got to get to. But it's more than enough 304s that are out here being passed around. Big shout out to that man, Ray Allen, with the $5. All right, we got any other questions in here? Let's see here. All right, here we go. Xavier says, how do you break the mindset you were just talking about regarding the way men look at women? Basically, breaking that lust. I know you always say you have to be in control of your desires. Everybody in here already knows the answer to this. How do you control your desires? Semen retention. Semen retention. You control your desires by not jerking off when you have the freedom to jerk off. That's what most guys do. Most guys out of boredom are going at home, no woman is gonna pull out the porn. You're gonna please yourself, and then you're gonna go back to watching one of your favorite movies, playing your favorite video game, or doing something on TV. And it's gonna be a rotating cycle. This is how it's a cycle. Orgasms release the same amount of dopamine through the body as drugs. A cocaine addict is releasing the same amount of dopamine as you when you bust a nut. That's why busting a nut feels so good, because it makes it feel like you done went to the gym all day, right? Makes you feel good. You feel great when you bust an orgasm. All your muscles in the body tighten up, and boom, you feel good. Dopamine is released. Okay, what men have done is, the more you jerk off, the more your body releases that dopamine. Now, what you jerk off to, your brain starts to search for these characteristics everywhere you go because it liked the feeling. You want to see a drug addict be happy? They're not going to be happy doing the drug. They're going to be happy knowing they're about to get the drug. So you ever had a crackhead cut your grass and you gave him $20? When he's taking that $20, it feels good to get that $20 because he knows where it's going to go. When he go get the drugs and he do the drugs, he's not going to be smiling that much with the drugs. The drugs are pretty much just going to knock him out. But it's the anticipation of getting to the drug is when dopamine starts to be released. It's the same thing with guys. Your dopamine's released when you're staring at the porn, and then when your brain goes into a fairy tale to please yourself, to make it appear real, it's when dopamine is released and the orgasms are set. So now your brain says, hey, this feeling we're getting a couple times a day that you're doing every night, now in public, your brain's like, there it goes, there it goes, there it goes. There's the thing that we were thinking about to release all this good stuff through our body. This is why nerds get around next to women and I'm like, holy shit, I don't know how to talk to her. I guess I'll just go along with it. I'm gonna keep staring at her breast. I'm gonna keep staring at it. You don't know what to do because your brain is making you jiggly because it says, this is the thing that we do at night. We look at this and we please ourselves. That's what your brain's saying. It's called neuroscience. Your neurological system recognizes something in real life that you fantasize to jerk off to release dopamine. It's just like a crackhead that know he about to smoke. He get excited. The only difference is you see the woman and then your dopamine release don't get released and you get depressed when you can't have her. That's what's happening. See, when you're around a girlfriend a lot, and you really love that girlfriend turns you on. When your girlfriend not around, you jerk off to your girlfriend. When you have a girlfriend that's like you're really in love with, when you break up with her, it feels like you're going to die. Why? Because your dopamine release is shut off. You have to go through a withdrawal period. It's just like a drug addict. You take the drug away from them, they got to damn near be tied to the bed in order to get that dopamine releases out of their body and push the drugs out. It's the same thing with a heartbreak. Your body gets dopamine releases being around the person you love. The moment that you break up with her, your body says, we're not getting this dopamine release no more, and you start to feel like you have a heart attack. So in order to break those urges of your brain controlling you looking at ass and titties, you must first start off with the no fapping. You must first no fap. Once you go to a no fap, then you're able to sit in your room and you can hold yourself like, I want to jerk off, but I'm not going to do it. You want to know what would help even more? Is if you actually watch the porn without jerking off. Try watching the porn without jerking off. Just look at it. Once you're able to watch the porn without jerking off, you're on the right step. Now you don't need to watch the porn. Put the porn down. Now you realize you're strong enough to do it. Now you have to find it to where you're saying, all right, I'm not going to look at porn today. I'm not going to look at porn today. But first learn to look at porn without pleasing yourself. You go to a no-fap, you're going to get better results. Because now when you see the same thing in real life, your body doesn't get excited anymore. Every guy that does a no-fap semen retention will tell you the same exact thing every time. I lost lust to women and I was extremely picky on the type of woman that I wanted. Every man that has ever did a semen retention in a no-fap has always said that. When I got done doing a semen retention, my standards for women changed. The way I looked at women changed. What I wanted out of life changed. Why? Because now your body has exhausted all the lust out. You're only hypnotizing yourself with lust. Every time you go to jerk off every single night, you're re-giving yourself that bump. You're re-giving yourself the drug over again. You must go a month or so, no jerking off, allowing your body to want to do it, but not do it. That's the way that it's going to work. Ray Allen says, Spade, she also got me on her social media and pictures on her wall. I don't have a social media. Then you stay away. Let her tease another man. When it comes to 304s, Ray Allen, I'm going to be honest with you. You don't want to pay that much attention to you, but it sounds like you got a stalker and a woman that's truly in love with you. That's a 304. I'm going to be honest with you. They make good side chicks, but until you get to the point where, no, I'm not on the north side, bro. But when you get to the point, bro, where you don't want to keep those type of women around you that smother you, life is going to be a hell of a lot great, bro. You talking about a 304, remember that. Remember, Ray, we talking about a 304. You only want to keep them around for a little bit, but if they start, what Jared said, he had a few stalkers. Stalkers are good and bad. I told y'all last live, I had a stalker scratch my car up 3 months after I broke up with her, and I was with a whole nother girlfriend that thought I was doing something. We go, what is this? We got a Charger swinging around here looking at me. That's a V6. He better get on up out of here, bro. A V6 Charger staring at me. All right, let's see here. What other questions we got? Ray, stay away from 304s, man. All right, he says, thoughts on a crane operator profession? I don't know nothing about that stuff, bro. I don't know nothing about no crane operator, bro. Never even been inside of a crane operator. But everybody's dream is different. If that's what your dream is, then you go ahead and chase that dream. All right, we got any other questions? While I'm here, I'm gonna give it 10 more minutes. Go ahead and get some questions in for the next 10 minutes. And definitely, hey, drop some donations. Get me at least over $100. I need $20 more to get over $100. Somebody show me some love. And I got a reaction video coming out that I'm gonna need all of you to watch immediately. Yeah, make sure y'all put a Q in front of the question. I got 10 more minutes. Let's get some donations and some questions. Y'all did good on the likes. I really appreciate the likes. Project Gameplay, big shout outs, bro. All right. Rude Boy Donna says, you think the women overseas are better? Christopher Griffin with the $3, really appreciate it, my dude. Atlas 93 in the building. I'm gonna get to you in a little bit, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and answer this, then we're gonna go to Atlas after this. Spiritual Alpha, salute with the $2, really appreciate it, my man. Really do. He said, do you think women overseas are better? Depending on the situation and depending on where you go, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. Depending on where you going, a lot of them are submissive, but a lot of European women, how do I donate? You should be able to see the $ below, or my Cash App is in the description. But women overseas aren't necessarily better. It depends on where you go. Right now, the Philippine scene's the spot. Those Philippine women think that a whole bunch of passport bros is getting ready to come over there and save them. So in my opinion, if you looking to go passport bros, you better go to Philippines. They said women are sitting over there just waiting for black dudes to get off the plane. So they may be better. The best relationships is where you and the woman have respect for each other. All right? Personally, a lot of those girls are looking for a meal ticket back to the U.S. If you're going to go over there and stay over there. That's the best plan for foreign women, bro. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of those girls are just looking at you as a meal ticket. And that is real talk. All right? He says, Atlas 93, what's your take on Brad Pitt dating a 29-year-old? That's what it is. That's Brad Pitt, bro. Ain't nobody going to say nothing to Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt been Hollywood's superhero for a very long time. Him, Leonardo DiCaprio, that's just normal for them, bro. Like, celebrity lives, we can't really say nothing about it because they live an entire different life. Designing art, he says, what's your thoughts on Aries woman and Aquarius man? That may work. You got to realize that Aquarius has the imagination. That's why they click so good with Geminis, right? They click so good with Geminis, but Aries is a dominant person, a very, very, very dominant person. The Aries has to try not to run off their Aquarius. That's how I feel about that. If they both can come to an understanding of each other, then that's going to be a good relationship with Aries and Aquarius men. But I'm going to tell you right now, the Aries got a mouth, dog, and Aquariuses aren't really with that because Aquariuses are like introverts. They're like the true introvert. If you had to say what's an introvert that has an artistic mind, it's definitely going to be the Aquarius. So understand, don't let, if it's a woman, don't let her talk to you like a dog, bro. That's because the Aries got a mouth, and Aquariuses don't really like that because they have a good spirit. All right, Jared, 20-year vet, he says, appreciate the inspiration. Keep waking these young men up. Big shout outs, man. Jared, 20-year recovery, always showing love. Keandre's always showing love. All right, Cal Miller, he says, Aunt, did you see the video where a guy attacked a woman at the gym and she fought back? Yeah, I saw that, bro, but I can't react to it. YouTube don't allow us to play those videos. We'll get a strike. I can't really get another one. He said he thought about going to the Philippines and Africa. Go to Africa, man. Put Africa back on the map. Okay, Comzy Vibe, $5. Really appreciate it, big dog. Comzy Vibe with the $5. Ray Allen came back in with another 5. Let me try to get it in there before it disappears. All right, Comedy Vibe says, hey, man, finally got a call back from the correctional officer's position. Time to make 6 figures. Big shout outs, bro. We really appreciate that. Now you got you a job. You're going to be working as a correctional officer. Get in the gym, get the weight up because you're going to be around prisoners. But I'm going to tell you right now, working in a prison, they're going to wake your ass up. You're going to get street smarts extremely fast. Congratulations, but now it's time to get your mentals right. Prison, correctional officer, you're going to deal with a lot of mental shit. You got to learn to correct yourself. Edwin Brown with the $5. He said, keep doing your thing. Big shout outs, bro, with the $5 on Cash App. Ray Allen back with another one. He said, thanks, brother. Question. So smother her and have no emotion and let her release. Right. That's if you're really trying to get rid of her, smother her immediately and you'll watch her dislike you. Like you'll literally start watching her dislike you. Women is easy to trick into believing that they don't want to be with you. Trust me, that's really easy. If not, just let her down. Don't be afraid to just let her down. Ben Illa sent $5. Big shout outs. DeNorman sent $5. He says from one Gemini to another. Big shout outs go. Big Illa and DeNorman with the $5 on the Cash App. Really appreciate it, guys. I really, really, really do. And we got Ray Allen back with another one. Ray Allen, make sure you stick it to the script, bro, because I don't want you out there getting fucked up with these 304s, my dude. Like you see, you trying to act like you love these 304s. You better not be getting caught up with these 304s, bro. I don't want to hear you coming back on here like, yo, guess what happened to me and the girl. I don't want to hear that, Ray. I'm telling you right now, you've been warned on 304s. Street Ninja back with another one. Big shout outs, bro, with the 1999, and that man got his wrench. He says, had to let Spider Ninja go and graduate to Street Nigga. Oh, okay. I was wondering. All right. Christopher Griffin with the $3. Really appreciate that on the Cash App. All right. What my man Street Nigga say? He says, it wasn't easy, but I can't stay in the past. It doesn't exist anymore. The past is just a memory. The future is all thoughts. Y'all keep moving forward. My man, Street Ninja, AKA Spider Ninja, has revived himself, and it looks like he got a new picture too. He done got a new picture. Sometimes you got to do that. Rebrand yourself to get to where you got to get to. All right? Men have to learn to rebrand themselves, especially in today's world. That's going to be a big deal. All right, let's see if we can find one more question. He said Coach Greg Adams is on vacation. Big shout out to Coach Greg Adams. That's my #1 guy. He says, Coach Greg Adams, where's Coach Greg Adams been? Coach Greg Adams been on vacation. Haven't you been watching him? He's in Rome. He got his old head with him. But hey, I've seen Coach Greg Adams' girlfriend before. I ran into them in the streets. I'm telling you, she a bad one. She bad, bro. So when Coach Greg Adams get back, say, yo, your girl's bad. He has a pretty girlfriend, bro, like a really pretty girlfriend, and she's older than him. I'm questioning how to keep the respect in the relationship when you help and do everything she needs. How to keep it when you help and do everything she needs. You keep the respect in the relationship by not going past each other's boundaries. She knows what's disrespectful, and you know what's disrespectful to her. So it's all about respect, because anything outside of respect is disrespectful. You keep the respect by not going past the boundary. What does that mean? That means you don't do anything that's going to be disrespectful, that's going to cause her to be rebellious. And she shouldn't do anything towards you that's going to be disrespectful, because it's going to cause you to be rebellious. One thing in the relationship, if one side becomes rebellious to the other, then you guys will play a mental game with each other in the relationship, and then at some point the relationship is going to end. So understand, if she throws a disrespectful blow, you got to look at how low it is, and don't be eager to want to take revenge. With this aura cloud, men versus women, every time a woman does something wrong in a relationship, a man feels like he has to get a get back, or every time the man do something, the woman feels like she has to get back to the men. That's what we have in society. Men versus women, get back to get back. Who can get out the relationship without getting hurt? But y'all still need each other for sex. That's what's going on. He says, are you in the Jeep, Mopar Ma? Yes, I am definitely in the Jeep right now. Rudy Poo says, how you get your ex back? I don't want my ex back. You shouldn't want your ex back either. But the fastest way to get your ex back is through success. That's the fastest way. That's to get back to everything in the world is success. Get a new car, get a new house. Show her that you have a life. Show her that you're living without her. Show her that since she broke up, your life has done nothing but elevate it. That's the only way that it works. You literally have to elevate your life. There's nothing you can say. There's no talk. There's no special quote. Nothing. You literally have to elevate your life if you want your ex back. But over here in Sigma Nation, we don't take exes back. So I'll give you an advice, but everybody over here already know how I feel about exes. When something is in the past, leave it in the past. That's how I feel about an ex-girl. If y'all are broken up for a reason, when I break up with a girl, there ain't no we gonna meet each other again. There ain't no let's just do this one more time. I'm done. I'm ready to move on, because you got to go through the pain of not seeing each other. By the time you get over her, there's no point of bringing back old emotion. So get her back, but not get her back. What that mean? Get her back, but kill her from a distance. I have plenty of ex-girlfriends that are watching my YouTube channel, watching my Instagram, and they're saying, damn, but I'm not excited to say, hey, look at what I'm doing now. I don't say, look at what I'm doing now because of my ex. No, your ex is a girl that you really, really, really wanted, that broke your heart. That's why you want to get her back. You want to show her up because you want her to feel the pain or miss out on something. So make her miss out on something, but don't take her back. What that mean? That means that when you go and change yourself for the better and she starts to like you, don't bring that back into your life, bro. Just go get another girl. And if you feel like you can't get another girl, then you hold out. You got to stop playing the games with your energy in life and become more stable with energy. This is why I say, don't take exes back, bro. It's a waste of time. It's all a waste of time. Just get your life together, big home. That's all you got to do. All right, guys. I want to thank everybody that donated. Let me see if they keep any names up. Spiritual Alpha, Jared 20-year recovery, Comsy Vibes, Ray Allen. Ray Allen is the donator of the day. It's normally the regular guy. Big shout out to the regular guy. He didn't show up today. He normally come through with a bunch of donations. We definitely show him love even though he's not here. And we got my man Street Ninja is definitely here. Art and Design is definitely here. Everybody knows Keandre already. Let me see if I can pull up. Okay, on the Cash App side, we got Christopher Griffin, Denormus, Ben Illa, Edward Brown, and Christopher Griffin. Those are the guys on the Cash App. Hopefully you guys got those. I really appreciate those donations on the Cash App. And I want to thank everybody for watching. I'm going to keep this live up for maybe 3 hours. I do have another video that's going to be getting released today where I reacted to Chris Brown telling black women that he don't want her at her party. But it's a whole bunch of other videos in that reaction. One of Anthony Spade's reactions that I normally do. All right? Look forward for the reaction video. Comment, like, subscribe. Big shout out to my moderator, Keandre, and everybody that donated. Hasta la vista.